Hi. Time for another update. My main gear hasn't changed at all. For my MF setup, I found a Sadimas, which means I had to drop the blue gloves. So now I'm using a blue helm and a white shield still, and I've had actually I have like 3 divination distillates, I think, and I've had them for a while. Yeah, there's another 2. But I just now, like recently yesterday, when I was a bit annoyed of not getting any div card drops, which I'm gonna talk in a second. So I'm now using that, and how I'm proccing it, you know, I'm MOM, but I have like decent reach and everything. So the way I'm proccing it is through a sapling life flask. So how this shit works is like I just remove my mana pool, and then you can queue up, like you see the slight blue going up, so all the way that this keeps going. It's just me emptying my mana pool and then using the flask twice. There's like multiple seconds like uptime. And I can easily just keep it always on always, so I'm like, what? That's also, there's another like, I don't know, I don't remember how much rarity you get from this, but that's pretty decent permanent rarity uptime. Like what, 74 quant? Yeah. I don't really feel like dividing, but that's missing 2 quant. I'm missing 4 quant here too. And I could live with another event or 2 if I had one. Since the last update, I have found few items. This. I found Kaom Lion's Roar, I don't know if I'm gonna use them. I found the Slayer's Flask yesterday, which is nice. I found a Chimeron from the latest Elder we did, and then I finished the Porcupine for the short bow. Before you go like, but you can't get +3 on this with fossil crafting. Well, it doesn't matter because you can get it through essences. And because I'm gonna be using it in elemental hit, right? So +2 fire, cold, lightning all work. So I have 5 attempts at getting that, and I also have a Shaper ticket bow somewhere there, which I could use. Try to craft something. I think Elder is better, but I haven't had one, so we'll see if I'll try to craft this at some point. I will definitely start with the just the short bow. We're gonna be most likely gonna just start with the +2 unless my Katarina somehow hits 8 before I finish my gear for the Slayer. We'll see how that goes. I'm at 5 like div cards for the Kaom's Heart. I found 1 yesterday in like, I'd say I actively farmed Volcano for around 8-9 hours, I think, and most of the time with the divination distillate setup too. I think my currency is looking pretty good. I think I found 1 or 2 exalts yesterday. I would easily be over 500 chaos, but I started using Fortune Favors the Brave. I probably run like 20-30 maps with this, so that's quite a bit. This is actually a really nice mod now. So we have Nemesis, so you can find Headhunter. Oh, speaking of Headhunter, I did my first chancing session, so I'm not 181 belt chanced now. I have another session here ready, but I don't have any chance orbs, and I'm not gonna be having any chance orbs because I started chancing Vis Mortis again. I think I've spent maybe like 600 chances or something like that on Necromancer Silks. I really want it. Right, but yeah, so back to the map board. So you have the chance for the Nemesis, right? That's nice. You get a Headhunter, a couple other uniques like the rings. Essence is really nice. I mentioned the Bowcraft. Then you have the chance for horrors and whatnot and whatnot. So Beyond is really good for XP and just uniques. Ambush is actually great because you can find these from I don't know if it was all storm boxes or just like armorers or like the blacksmiths. I don't exactly remember, but you can find these from storm boxes. So whenever I actually hit the strong box sextant here, I'm just like straight up ambushing it and hoping for that. Then we have obviously we have bloodlines, which is nice, and then onslaught. So for 3 chaos, oh yeah, and harbinger is like Harpy is really nice as well. So for 3 chaos, every mod except onslaught is good, which is really nice, really nice. And in terms of map sustain, we have bloodlines effect giving monsters. We have ambush giving strong boxes, which you can then, depending on the level of the map, they can be cardos. They can be like you can just roll them for magic back, which is nice for sustain as well. This is basically guaranteed 3 magic packs if you actually roll them. Onslaught is quantity. Beyond isn't any map sustain. Essence in map sustain. Nemesis is not that great, and Harpy is. So even for map sustain, that's really nice. But I'm mainly using it for getting more monsters and, you know, for the div cards. Oh yeah, speaking of the currency, I think even like I have like taps just waiting to be made. I just need to pick up some body armors. And then I've come into a like interesting point where I was earlier doing like lower level delves whenever my sulfite hit the cap from farming, right? So I did like low level depths, just like 104 or something like that. This is apparently the area, like the level area where you can start finding the 4 mod resonators. And I did some lower ones here too, up there, just to farm like fossils. But emptying 5k sulfite in these areas actually takes ages. Just takes way too long. So, and I was running them with like the full MF setup too. It's decent loot. But I actually just want to be mapping so I can start making this layer, so we can actually farm like a bit higher depths properly, and maybe push to a bit more. So I actually just like spec back to like the normal gear, and then just I guess I'm gonna go down to around like 300, and then I'm just basically going sideways and see if I can get some bosses or something like that. Because this eventually should be able to do bosses too. When I when I get Wismordis and spec into like full defense and Tukohama's vanguards and etc. Vanguards. I think that's how you pronounce it. But yeah. Hopefully today we are a bit more lucky with the King's Heart cards. I have maps for days, of course, so that's not an issue. Just need to find them, and after we finish this, then I'll go full ham on the sulfur vents. I'm running both of them like every now and then. Like when you get a situation where if this was Elder Influence map right now, if I were to run a volcano, then it would lose influence and not gain anything because it wasn't adjacent to Shaper. But at that point, I would just run another sulfur vent. That's also why I'm using sextants usually on these 2 maps. Is because I'm preferring the chance to get volcano, like more div cards from the volcano, and because I also run out of white sextants. Yeah.